summer.
Hey guys, it's Institute Designs. How are you today? So today we're going to learn how to use a layer mask. Let me go right back from the beginning to start where you guys are. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to open up Photoshop, okay? Then you could use any preset one you had, or you could just create a new document that you had. So what we're going to name this is layer mask, okay? Now layer masks are great because they give you the option to mess with the layer, but it doesn't actually mess with the original layer. It's like a mask on top of it, creating a duplicated image, but you could do whatever you want with it. You could brush it, you could draw on it, and it doesn't actually damage the original layer. So let me go ahead and show you if that was confusing. So what we're going to do is we're going to use, here, let's just use a tsunami picture right here in my stock, okay? What we're going to do is, okay, so you can insert the picture, whatever you want, you can scale it whatever you want, doesn't matter, okay? Once you're done with that, just press enter. So we're going to use, you're going to have this selected. Now you don't have to rasterize it. What I do is, by preference, is I rasterize my layer, just so if I want to edit it more, it would be like, oh, you can't rasterize, it's a smart object. So what you're going to do is once you have this selected, if you're caught up with me, okay, what you're going to do is there's a button down here. It's a square with a circle on it, and the circle in the middle, okay, an open circle. What you're going to do is you're going to click that. Okay, so what this does is it basically just duplicated the image, okay. Now if you disable it, like delete it, right click, delete layer mask, it's not going to do anything, okay. But what it does is, it's perfect because it doesn't damage this one. You want to select this one, this layer mask, to draw on it. If you select this one, let's say I draw on it, you're damaging the original photo, okay? But if you select this one, okay, now you can do whatever you want with it. You can do a black brush, white brush, doesn't matter, okay? You can draw on it, it's cool. So let's say I did a white brush, a black brush, because it's an inverted, this is a white layer mask, you're gonna wanna use a black brush. If it's a white brush, it's gonna, so press X to switch between foreground and background color right over here. So if you use a white brush, it's going to clear all the mistakes you did with the black brush, okay? Creating the back to the original layer like of the layer mask. But if you choose a black brush, it's going to create this white thing because it's an inverted color, so you're getting rid of this color over here. So what I do is I use soft edge brush, like it could be any size you want. Like these are soft edges, these little blurred ones. These hard edges, they're not that great for blending or erasing because they're kind of just, see, it doesn't look as good and it's hard, okay? That's why I do a white brush because it looks more natural. You have over here, so I can delete this and whatnot. So what I do is I have the opacity kind of high on this. I mean, you can have it low, okay? I personally like it low too because it gives you that blending mode that you could do with other pictures, like put a car in here and then like you blend it around the image so it would look like it's actually inside it instead of just totally deleting a layer. So layer masks are very helpful, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm kind of just erasing the parts I wouldn't want, like this sand drop right here. I'm kind of just, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. You could always change it and whatnot, but I'm kind of just deleting these layers right here, deleting the layers within this layer. Yeah, great. So as you can see on the layer mask, it has this all blocked off. But if I was to delete it, right click delete it, we're back to our original image. It didn't do anything to the image. Or if I was to disable it, check that out. It didn't do anything. That's why layer masks are great. So what you want to do again, if you forgot, what I'm using is on a white layer mask, a white one, you're going to use a black brush, okay, with soft edges, and opacity can be high or low depending on whatever you're working on. And you're just kind of just taking away this image. Now let's say if I was to delete this, and if I was to create another layer mask, okay, and invert it, okay, see what I did there? It's Command I or Control I, okay. So what I did is it's a white layer mask, but now it's black, okay. And what I can do with that is you can kind of, you take a white brush now and you can kind of reveal what you wanted, okay. The black creates a screen mode. So what you can do is if you take a white brush and you just want to take this part right here, okay, Now this is a little too much, so what I'm going to do on a black one is go back to black, and it's going to cover everything, all the mistakes I did as well. Using a soft edge brush is my personal preference. Sorry guys, I'm a little sick. But so yeah, that's what layer masks do. They're one of the greatest tools I think Photoshop has. A lot of professionals use it to blend two images together. Let's say I was to, I'll do one more example with you, then I'll just wrap this up. So let's do a car in here, okay? Let's put a car inside the Tsunami, okay? So you want to see how a layer mask actually works within. So again, rasterize it, personal preference, that's just me, you don't have to do it. Okay, you're gonna put the car on top of it. Let's put the car, right over here, kind of slanted. So we want to scale it, depending on how the perspective is, okay? All right, so we have the car right here, all right? So what we want to do is we want to add a layer mask, right? Now it's a white layer mask. So what are you going to use again? You can use a black brush, correct, okay? You put blend mode on normal, that's what I do. Opacity 82 is soft edge, okay? Kind of just see how it blends into the image behind it, yeah? So what you're doing is getting the car as if it's inside the wave coming out, yeah. Now obviously I would work on shadows and stuff like that, but this is just an example right now. So that's a little too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press X, switch to white, and I can erase the mistakes I made. Yeah. And then switch back to black with X again, background to foreground. You can see the things I'm doing. I'm put up the opacity a little just in case for little edges. Stuff like that. Now you can change the flow of it, you know, does like little circles and stuff, but I like flow completely. I don't like to go back. But yeah, that's how you blend it. If you want to see how I did my other picture with all blending, it's not perfect, but it was for fun. Let's go here, terminal. So this is mine, and you can see the different blending I had. I had to work on the shadows and stuff, but I blended in so as if it was within the wave. But anyway, thank you guys, and I hope you learned a lot today. And any questions, like and subscribe, and thank you very much. Have a good day.
Bring back the summer.